Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach. So I hadn't planned on recording a second video about Eric July today, but I did a video this morning titled America First, and it was about Eric July hiding behind patriotism so he doesn't have to talk about his third fuck up of the year. And then around the same time, Ethan Van Sciver uh, did this tweet where it actually shows the country that all of these people are from. Um, I forgot to do the little folksy bit at the beginning where I talk about my day. So I had a meeting with someone, and then I was running late, so I was like, "Hey, sorry, running late." And then they were like, "We don't have a meeting," and then I like screenshotted the meeting invite and sent it to them. But right as I was about to send, I was like, "Is this a dick move to do to send them a screenshot of the meeting invite?" I was like, it's not so bad. And as soon as I sent it, I was like, yeah, now I look like an asshole. So, but now I have free time. So anyway, I talked about how for the third time this year, Eric July had knowingly sent misprinted items to his customers. And then right after that, he started getting all rah for America. um, and then I was like, he's like, I promise that I will not replace any of my American employees with AI, except for his American employees are warehouse workers who can't be replaced by AI. But when it's time to hire an artist, he almost always hires not American, um, which I don't consider really to be a problem. But don't make yourself all like rah. It's like I started this to save American jobs. Oh, by the way, with the black scent. So I got an interesting reaction to the black scent I did in this morning's video. It was two black guys. One was like, "Is that how we sound to you?" He didn't seem that really happy about it. Another guy was like, "Your black scent's pretty good." Like basically asking. So first of all, it's not supposed to sound like a real black person. It's supposed to sound like a cartoon version of a black person. Um, it's just that sometimes people uh, yeah, act like cartoon versions of themselves. Social media really encourages that. Um, so I almost did the Eric July accent for Ethan Van Sciver's tweet. So he says, "Why do you make me hurt you, Eric? Bro, you're, quote, keeping Americans employed, unquote, folding cardboard boxes and driving Sprinter vans in Dallas, Texas. You're exporting most of the creative jobs at Ripaverse, the ones that pay best and matter, to everyone but American artists. The nerve of this doofus. Um, I'm glad you're committed to keeping AI out of your menial warehouse labor." Um, if you zoom in right here, these are, I believe, the last four books he put out, and as you see, basically everyone who isn't the writer, and I believe, not believe, I would surmise, I would theorize, the Saskas seem to be on staff, salaried, because they handle responsibilities that aren't just writing pages, which is typically a comic book writer will just write the script. I believe sometimes, like at no, I think that's the editor. Like the copy that you will see in the catalogs. Yeah, I think that's the editor. So yeah, you just write the script and it's fire and forget. So the Saskas, or one of the Saska, they were doing this thing where they were like, one Saska writes this book and one Saska writes this book. Um, so the Cursed Part One, means there's going to be Part Two, is, and the Black Eye Club Part One of more than one, the Detention Crew Part One, and the Great War of Separation Number Three, where you get to find out in excruciating detail how many Americans were murdered by the heroes of the Ripaverse as they seceded Texas from the United States. So we see here the Cursed. We got an artist from Ukraine, colorist from Brazil. The letterer is a studio of people from Ukraine, Belarus, Bulgaria, Russia, and Kazakhstan. These are like all the countries that James Bond would go to in the middle of the movie. Like it would start in Paris, and then he'd go here to like investigate like a mine that has like ore for nuclear weapons, and then it would end in Saint Tropez or something like that. Yeah, these are like the middle of the James Bond movie countries. So you got the Black Eye Club. Um, Interior artists are from Turkey and Brazil. Colorist is from Brazil. It's that same lettering studio: Ukraine, Belarus, Bulgaria, Russia, and Kazakhstan. Then you have all the variant covers: Spain, France, Spain again, same artist, Brazil. The detention crew, Italian artist, American colorist, and the middle of the James Bond movie crew doing lettering. Same thing with the letterer, colorist, and I always think this is funny. So this is the thing a lot of like Brazilian artists will do. Like they will give themselves a pen name that sounds like a character who was in like a 3 episode arc of Mad Men. Jack Herbert. Jack, get on in here. How are things going with the Marlboro account? Um, uh, Now, again, there's nothing wrong with hiring artists, but there does seem to be a pattern. And the pattern is, again, watch a James Bond movie. Whatever country they are in at the beginning or the end, that's going to be expensive. The countries they go to in the middle of the movie, those are the cheap ones. That's when James Bond goes to Ukraine, Brazil, Belarus, Bulgaria, Russia, Kazakhstan. So he's taking the roles he was wanting to save, where he's like, I wanted to save these jobs. And he gave them to, and then he wants to hide behind the flag. Meanwhile, he's giving it to basically anyone but Americans. And so, usually I have more to say. I was just reading the tweet pretty much. That's it. Hopefully my lunch is here. Anyway, thanks for watching.